Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be going over the first tutorial in Chapter 9, and I think that's the only tutorial that you guys have. And it is kind of a lot of work. It does say in the book that it will take roughly 2.5 hours, but I don't think the videos will sum up to that long. Hopefully they don't. So this is part 1. I'll go ahead and make probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, maybe three parts of actually modeling the parts, and then another part for actually assembling it. So essentially the hardest part about this whole homework is just the assembly part. I think everything else is pretty, or should be pretty easy. So um, let's see. And actually there might be like 4 parts to this video, but or to this series of videos. But anyway, if you can go ahead and make these parts on your own and be okay with it, then that's totally fine. I mean, you can just go ahead and watch the assembly video, and in that video I'll just go ahead and assemble everything and constrain everything the way that it should be. So um, this video I'll go ahead and start with the screw of the pipe vise, and this is the pipe vise right here. This whole thing. So I'll go ahead and start with this piece here. It goes down to about right there or so, or maybe I think even all the way. I'm not too sure, but it's essentially not that. It's essentially this here. So let's go ahead and get started. So make sure you have these all in a certain folder. So you'll have make one folder for all the separate files that you're gonna make. So you'll make a file for like the screw, you'll make one for the handle, you'll make one for the movable jaw, the handle screw, and the base vise itself. So make sure to save them all in one folder. That way, when you go and you make an assembly file, they'll be all in the same folder, and you'll just see later in the video of the assembly. Okay. So I don't know if Jim's going to go over this just yet, but let's see. Well, I mean, first I'll start here. Note that it doesn't really matter um, where you start, like what plane you start on, since you will be assembling this whole thing. So if you started on a different plane than I did, then that's definitely okay, as far as I know. I mean, to me it should be. This circle here, I'll just start with the 25 diameter. What I'm doing, I'm just extruding it. I'm going to extrude that, so it should be 25 here. Okay, and now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this thing. It's called a boss. So I'm going to just type it into, I typed it in here earlier. It's called a boss, and it looks like that essentially, right here. And it first asks you, I think it first asks you, well, what are the dimensions of this boss? It should have a diameter of 20 and The height is 121 minus 25, so 96. And here you should be prompted to select a certain face. So I'll select the bottom of this face here, and that's essentially where it's going to put this thing called a boss. It's essentially a cylinder. I'm not sure why they call it a boss. Maybe you guys know. I have no idea. So I'll just go ahead and hit OK, and then I'm going to go onto this point onto point. I'll select this outer edge here, and then arc center, and that's essentially it. And I'll go ahead and do this, let's see, 1, 2, 3 more times. And this is obviously for each of the sections. So this next section has a diameter of 12, height of 4. Here, make sure to hit apply here, that way the dialog box can come back up after you finish. So yeah, now it comes back up. So it has a diameter of 8. Height of 6, and I'll say here, arc center, and then we have a 12 diameter with a height of 10, select this face, and it should be my last one, and I'll hit OK. I'll go to point onto point, I'll select this face here, arc center, okay, and now we're done. So rather than making these sketches for all these cylinders here, making the sketches 1 and then 2 extruding them, you can just do this essentially with a single thing called a boss. And maybe Jim will go over that this coming Wednesday. So like right now, this is Monday, so maybe he'll go over it on the 4th. But I don't know. As far as I know, this is okay to use. It's not like using an extruded sketch might be any different, but I mean, imagine 4 more things right here. It just looks a little better on this part navigator. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, so for this next part, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a sketch. Okay. Okay, so I essentially just have this triangle here. So first thing, I'm gonna make this line and the origin, the z-axis, way up here, collinear. And then I will make the distance from this line here, this line to the x-axis. That distance, it looks like it should be 121 plus 4 plus 6. Oh, let's see. This 121 plus this 4 plus 6 plus 10. That should be 131, 141, 141. Oh no. Okay. And then this distance here of this line should be half of the diameter of the last boss here, so it should be 6. And now, let's see, neutral constraint. Oh yeah. So now, if I look at that angle, it gives me an angle of 120 degrees. But the 120 is from here to the other line that's supposed to be coming over here. But I'm not drawing that line, so I essentially just need this dimension here, which is half of 120. So obviously 60 degrees. And now we're fully constrained. So I'll finish this sketch, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and revolve this. I'll revolve this sketch about this vector, and then the point that I'll select to revolve it about will be this point here. Yeah, and then it's going to do like this sort of cone thing. So make sure to unite to the other bosses here, or this other boss thing here. And let's see, and we're done for I guess now we have essentially just the hole and the chamfer. So I'll just do the chamfer real quick, and it's this top edge here. This should be yeah, 2 millimeters symmetric. Yeah, so 2 millimeters at 45 degrees. And then there should be a hole here. But what I'll do to make that is I'll just draw a sketch on this plane. I'll draw a circle of that diameter. That diameter is 11 millimeters. Okay. I had to make sure I was recording. So this is 11 millimeters, and then let's see. I'll make the center of this point here, the midpoint of the circle, a point on a curve, and by curve I mean this z-axis. And then I'll give it a distance. So the distance from the midpoint here to this x should be 12.5 millimeters. So essentially it's like smack in the center here. And now that I'm fully constrained, what I'll do is I'll go into extrude, and then I'll select, you can't really see it, well, you just can't see it from here, but I'll select it over here, sketch 10, and then I will do a symmetric value of let's say maybe 15, and as long as it's coming out here and on this side, then you're definitely okay, because I'm gonna just subtract that piece anyway. And so now you have your hole, and now let's see. So now I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's it. So now just make sure to open up Control W, hide your sketches, or hide essentially everything except for the bodies, and that's pretty much it for this one. So um, let's see. I don't think this video has gone on too long, so I'll just go ahead and start. Make sure to save here. I'll just go ahead and start the handle. I mean, might as well. It's not a hard part at all. I mean, if you want to go ahead and just skip this part and go to the next video, and do the handle yourself, then that's fine. Because I won't. The next video will start the movable jaw. So Oh, it's way too big. Okay, so here essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 sketches, and I'm going to use those 2 sketches to make the whole thing. So and make sure these are, if you do what I'm doing, make sure these are 2 separate sketches. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll extrude this other way. I'll extrude it 8, 8, and then I'll extrude this one, and I'll start at 8. But I gotta go the other way. I'll start at 8, and I will end at 16 minus 172, or 172 minus 16, 156. And then I will extrude this one again here, and I will start at 156, and I'll end at 172. Okay. And make sure you unite. Oh, okay. Other way. Sorry. Okay. That does not work like that. Okay, yeah, there we go. If something's off. Oh, this has to be plus 8 here. Okay, sorry about that. And then I will extrude this first one again, and I'll start at 156 plus 8, and I'll end at 172. Okay. Wait, hide your sketches, and that should be it for this one. So go ahead and watch the next video, and I'll go ahead and start the movable jaw. So I'll see you guys then.